everybody, and welcome to the Weekend Big Show College Football Recap. Saturday night in the United States of America. And we are going to recap the day in football for you, college football variety. That's what we do here on Law Dog Sports. Chuck Ramsey, the Law Dog, here with you, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, X, at Law Dog Sports, joined by my partner, Jeremy Schroeder, ruler of the airways. And the debacle in Big D 2 years in a row, Jeremy, that this offense of Brent Venables' Sooners squad cannot get off the ground against the Burnt Orange in the Cotton Bowl. And Nick Anderson, the last Sooner player to score a touchdown against Texas back in October of 2023. This has gotten really, really bad.
You believe that Brent's coached four OU Texas games, and three of them the offense hasn't scored a touchdown?
Yeah, it's it's the proverbial defensive coach, running the show, and the offense has kind of been, so what, season one, Levy's in charge, Dylan Gabriel gets hurt from the cheap shot from the TCU player.
Yep.
And then they go in and basically run the wing T for the whole game. And then what was his name? Davis Bevel. Not even allowed to look downfield.
He threw, I think, he had one completion, a short pass over the middle. It wasn't anything to write home about.
No. And then really, if you want to get real about it, 2 seasons ago, Gabriel ran the ball pretty well against the Horns, but nobody else that I remember really stood out. I don't know if Sawchuck had some carries in that game that were productive, but it's been 4 seasons of not being able to run the ball against that team.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is, and Auburn's getting ready to score again.
Yeah. So a lot of games going on.
I mean, today was just Mateer wasn't ready. They rushed him back. Sark knew it. Who's the defensive coordinator for Texas? Kwiatkowski. He knew it. That's why they were choking off all the underneath stuff, because that's all he could really get anything accurate to was underneath.
It looks like he's shot putting long passes over 15 yards.
Yeah. I don't know if Hawkins could have done worse.
I mean, maybe something with his legs. I don't know. I mean, because Mateer didn't seem to really know how or where to go with the ball. But like you said, they weren't, they were letting their DBs just kind of, sit back. And I had a bad day, just a terrible day, terrible outing. And, getting
home with 3 guys.
Huh?
Getting home with a 3-man rush. Just awful.
Yeah. I mean, getting full complete pressure. And I know they lost the lineman in the first half, and we'll talk about.
I mean, if you had to lose a lineman in the first half, that's the one you could afford to lose.
Was it though? I mean,
Sexton was going to have his hands full with the other Sexton all day. So,
or
Simmons
on the broadcast, Gabe Eichert, who has kind of been the default offensive line, analyst for the broadcast. He's saying that the kid that came in relief,
Michael
was playing, playing respectable. But and I'll say this, going into the game, and thank you, Kenny McGuire, for checking in. Tough day in Dallas. Didn't see that coming. I don't want to say I saw that coming. I just had a feeling that Texas would be more desperate, would put together a stronger game plan, and that we would just kind of be – and plus an injured quarterback, whether he was truly 100% or not, you're talking about 17-day layoff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no practice for 3 weeks. You're coming in playing a really good Texas defense.
Yeah.
You can't run the football. And when you do run the football, you kind of forget you can run the football, and you don't try it anymore.
Yeah. Kyle Albert says he doesn't think Hawkins throws 3 picks. I would think that the restricted game plan would have prevented him from doing that.
Yeah. I don't really put that pick at the end of the half on Mateer. That was just
so I
stupid.
do. I totally
Well,
do.
I mean, you back
down there and
I know, but I mean, you back him into the wall by letting the clock run out.
Yeah. The one
Take
pick
your last time out,
behind,
and you can't get. You're already in field goal range. Kick the damn field goal.
yeah.
Then
The
3
second
points
pick,
is huge right there.
well, I mean, that I honestly didn't see that until the replay. I was listening on the radio, and from what they said on that one, it was if you're going to take the shot to the end zone, don't throw it to there. I mean, look for some
Right
other
in the
spot.
yeah, right in the center of the end zone.
Yeah, yeah,
It did, and it when I watched it again, it didn't seem like Burks was there, and obviously the throw was inaccurate. But anytime you take a shot at the end zone, a long pass, that's the risk.
sure.
You didn't have to do that. You wasted 27 seconds,
Yeah, but the way
and then you
Texas
called a
came,
timeout.
yeah, the way Texas came out in the second half, it may or may not have mattered. I mean, but
Well,
really, what they scored 2 touchdowns in essence, right? Or
yeah. Well, I mean, they scored
had the
one
pass,
touchdown.
huh?
They scored one
Yeah, the offense
touchdown
scored 1
offensively.
touchdown, right?
That was it. The
And
one
then the rest were
touchdown.
field goals, and then the
And
punt
then they had the
return,
punt return.
which
That
had 3 blocks
former
in the back.
Oklahoma commit,
Yeah,
Colton
blatant
Vasek.
blocks in the back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Kirk. It didn't matter at that point, but it's like salt in the wounds. Thanks, bro.
Well,
I mean, the
definitely
defense.
towards any sort of momentum for potential comeback. Now, maybe it wouldn't have happened. I don't know, but you're
The
not gonna
defense
do it
gave
after
you
that.
enough to win the game. I mean, they did.
Yeah, you lead 6-3 at the half, and then
9-3 sounds a lot better, doesn't it?
it does. It
It
does.
probably doesn't take the wind out of the kids' sails when they're walking off the field heading to the tunnel at halftime.
Yeah. You had 64 and 61 yards receiving from Satania and Burks. Canick 3 for 20. He was neutralized for the most part in my mind, but also, I mean, it was obvious that the rhythm between Mateer and the receivers in real time action play was off. I mean,
Totally.
he threw behind so many receivers today; it was just pathetic.
He probably had a day of live practice
Yeah,
with his receivers. I mean, talking live where they're actually running routes full speed with
well,
some
obviously,
semblance of a defense out there.
I mean, Jeremy, obviously the Florida game woke up some of the linemen there, and maybe the withholding of NIL payments motivated them a little bit because OU only came away with 1 sack.
Well, funny you mentioned that because the right guard that we were talking about that was just a
Yeah.
turnstile against Florida, he got hurt.
So the backup
And
was better.
they moved the tackle down to guard and brought in their swing tackle to play the right tackle spot, and the line was a lot better after that.
Yeah. Who was the last running back that had a good game against Texas? Would it be Kennedy Brooks?
Kennedy Brooks.
Wow. So 2021, would that be?
Yeah. The blooms off the rose. That was 4 years ago. You know that Joe Moore award-winning line was the better part of a decade ago.
It's
And
pretty unbelievable.
we still can't figure it out. You got three coaches on staff, and you can probably name 3. I'll name them for you if you don't want to. Beatonbaugh, DeMarco Murray, Joe John Finley. It seems like they're just drawing checks because those 3 position groups. Well, those 3 position groups have, I mean, outside of Canick and the Carson Kent had a big catch today, but
he had a big hold too.
Yeah, well, it's what it is. But
I'm just going to say this: Torrey Blaylock, 11 carries, 33 yards. His long was 11, and I think you tweeted out or commented on the text thread that after
all
that,
33 yards were on 3 carries.
Yeah,
he got nothing outside of those 3 runs.
But I mean, the thing with Texas and Wisner today is they made a deliberate, motive that they were going to run the ball. I mean, Wisner, he had 22 carries? 22 carries, 94 yards. That's 4.3 yards per carry. Several tackles for loss, so some of it was just chunk yardage. His long was 37, so there's a big chunk of it. But it's like, and I say this all the time, Jeremy, and I'm so sick and dog tired of saying it. It's like they say in Remember the Titans, it's like Novocaine. Just run the damn ball some. And that's what we get with these air raid, pansy-ass offensive coordinators like Arbuckle And like, even Levy to an extent is like, oh yeah, if we got a good back, we'll run the ball.
Hey, Levy runs an offense that is called the veer and shoot. That's what it is. It's not air raid. They would run the football.
Yeah.
Levy liked to run the football. Let's not besmirch his already besmirched name around here. He's doing a good job at Mississippi State. He did a good job when he was here.
I mean, what do those offenses do when they go up against a prime defense?
Well,
as far as running the ball,
the last year that Oklahoma played Texas when Levy was here, they found a way.
Well, they found a way against Texas. That was in Big 12 play, and then they go up to Kansas and can't run the ball. And then, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm just throwing
was
Levy.
That Eric Gray last year?
Yes, because he
Eric Gray had 1,000 yards.
He muffed the punt against OSU that season,
but he had 1,000 yards rushing that year.
Sure. And I mean, if you have a competent offense and a singular back, 1,000 yards shouldn't be that much.
You would think, but this offense, I don't know if anybody's going to eclipse 500.
Oh no. There's no true game breakers. I mean, I'll give Satania some credit because when he did find some openings early, and they were moving the ball between the 20s.
Yeah,
but red zone was shit, and then I blame Beatonbow because he's had all these years
out. Yeah, I know Beatonbow's washed. Yeah, he's just washed.
And here's the thing: if Arbuckle has a system, and you're going to hitch your wagon, pardon the pun, to Ben Arbuckle, then you've got to go out and say, okay, who's the guy that that you trust to bring in the offensive lineman that you need.
When they brought him in and they chose to retain Beatonbaugh, which I could understand Beatonbaugh because he's got a great reputation. I know that we're not seeing it anymore, but them hanging on to Joe John, which was dumb. I don't even know why he's there. And DeMarco, who brings in talented guys, but they seem to do better once they leave Oklahoma.
Yeah. Real quick, Jeremy, Kenny McGuire, I think the defense woke up Manning. He finally showed something against a real good team. It's an
Times article. Look him up.
They were the home team, by virtue of their the alternate years, 50-50. Texas was bouncing off of a hard loss. He was pedestrian. I mean, to give him credit for this win, spare me.
I mean, he did just enough. He didn't make big throws downfield.
Their sack hanging on that one throw he made to Livingston where he tiptoed out of bounds and he was on a scramble.
Yeah.
Okay. Give him the Heisman, whatever the hell. John Arnold checking in also. So what was the point of us bringing Ott in? That's a good question.
I guess so we could see what the coaches have been seeing in real time on the biggest stage imaginable.
Yeah. I mean,
I told you the kid has not acclimated himself to the physicality of what they're trying to do. Oklahoma had Deion Burks on the edge. All he's got to do is just be a nuisance, just get in the way. He doesn't have to hit him, and he just, here he is, take him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't think he played after that.
And you never know if that could be a game-breaking play or whatever. But Jaden Ott, a true bust in the NIL portal. Whatever you want to call it, him coming from Cal. He was injured most of last year, wasn't he?
He was injured most of the last 2 years.
Yeah. So, I mean, poo-poo on BV for signing off on that.
I know.
Would Nagy wasn't on staff when they brought him in, was he?
I believe that was a Nagy.
So that could be a Nagy thing. Well, great. That's something to look forward to.
I hope when it's time for them to fire a coach, Nagy has the stones to do it.
Yeah.
I shaved after the game, Connor.
Connor Carr said Jeremy shaving. And then Dan Narva admonishing me to watch my language and even my dad, Charles.
Shut up, Dan.
Yeah. And then John Arnold Manning threw for 160 and 1 touchdown. He was a game manager. Well,
that's all you got to do if you can run the football.
When your defense can go out there and in essence pitch a shutout, don't throw picks.
Some of Quinn Ewers' best games at Texas were as a game manager. Tell me I'm wrong.
Well, it just goes to show you, Jeremy, that maybe OU has the on paper and what we'd seen going into this game. Maybe they had the better front seven, but Texas's back end was everything that they were supposed to be, going into the season. And they had good games against Ohio State. I mean,
and when you're playing a team that is as bad up front offensively as Oklahoma, it makes that front seven look a whole lot better.
Oh, sure. We talked about it off the air. Three-man rush and you get to the guy. Now that's a lot on him too. He's got to know where to go to avoid that, and he had no clue where to go all day.
Completely out of sync.
I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to say you be so gloom and doom, but cut bait and give Hawkins the rest of the season. What's it going to hurt? I mean, you whiffed on the running back. Just say you whiffed on the quarterback too, or at least till you can say he's completely healthy and in rhythm.
Yeah, I mean, don't say you whiffed on the quarterback. That Auburn win's looking a hell of a lot better right now.
Well, Michigan's down 14-7 at USC, so
yeah, but is it third quarter yet?
It's halftime.
Let me know with 5 minutes left in the third quarter what the score is.
Sure, and it is prime time for Lincoln to screw things up in the third quarter. Auburn up 10-0 on Georgia on the Plains, and
I think Arnold just fumbled at the goal line.
Imagine that.
It. Yeah,
reviewing a fumble. It looks like he broke the plane on No, is the ball out?
It looked like the ball was out.
Yeah,
or is that an arm?
That was
it was out.
Careful. Oh, so Dan Narva, interesting review at Auburn, exactly. So Quintravian Wisner, 22 carries, 94 yards. Manning, 4 carries, 34 yards. He really didn't have a lot of sack yardage he had to worry about. And then that was pretty much it. And like I said, I would have been interested to see what would happen if you start the game early and give Torrey Blaylock, 10 first half carries. Something like that. Then come out
what's it going to hurt, right?
I mean, you're not getting anything in the passing game. You're not getting anything, and that's the thing. Once you realize that your offense is going to struggle that bad, shorten the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't give them the opportunity to go on those big, long drives,
Yeah, I mean how much time? Huh?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I mean,
you're healing right now.
It's easy to say in hindsight. I truly admit that, but
Well, I want to know if Kevin Wilson stepped out to the restroom a little early at the end of the first half and forgot to say, "Hey, Brent, y'all might want to get your asses in gear and start running back up to the football and get another playoff. Got 37 seconds left. Oh no, let it run down to 10. Then call a timeout. Then chuck one in the end zone."
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
Kenny McGuire says, but the offense isn't Heupel offense and not a dink and dunk. He did what he could with the time he had. Well, I mean, that's true, but I mean,
we're gloom and doom and we're not coping right now. So
the thing is, and I've always played armchair quarterback, utilize Kanik in some space that isn't just, 15 yards out.
Well, he fired one right through his hands on the first play of the game. And then he missed the ball on fourth down because he turned around and, the sun was sitting in front of him. Mm-hmm. He never saw the football.
Yep. Michael Busso checking in, saying good evening. Hi, Boos.
What's happening?
Streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And also we want to thank our sponsor, CCW Safe, legal self-defense coverage with plans starting as low as $19 a month. Click on the link in the description of this broadcast or that link there at the bottom scroll and get you some coverage for a self-defense support system with deep expertise, personal care, and self-defense coverage that goes beyond the basics. You can trust the team at CCW Safe. Texas Tech out on Kansas pretty quick, and KU just got a 55-yard field goal to end the first half, according to Michael Busso.
What's that score?
Oh, let me go back and look.
Sorry, I've got the Cubs on up in the corner, so.
Yeah.
It's 21-17 Tech at the half.
Yeah. So their defense gave up a few there as I know they jumped out 14-0, I think. A&M in the red zone against Florida, leading 21-14. Michigan, as we mentioned, USC and Michigan, 14-7 Trojans at the half. Man, Jeremy, I said this on the text thread, but our North Texas pick'em was really a bad call last night. South Florida just cleaned house.
Yeah, really. I think we gaslit ourselves into thinking that North Texas was a really good football team, was going to take care of business last night.
Yeah. Kenny McGuire says the Tech quarterback was dinged a bit going in. Baron Morton's just he's going to be a career probable or questionable on the injury reports that he's ever included on. So good quarterback. They're going to be fortunate if they finish the season with him, and the backup's pretty dang good.
Yes, he is.
So the call was upheld on the fumble, and Ugas got the ball at the 1 after Auburn got JFA'd.
Welcome to the JFA experience.
They're actually out to the 20 now, or the 19.
Yeah, they're like the 18.
Gunnar Stockton, stepping in for Carson Beck, and big win at Tennessee, then a big loss against Alabama. Then Bama survives against Mizzou today. That was a crazy one.
I was hoping they would score 100 against Mizzou.
Fat Andy Bernard was really kind of fired up at the half, but
Andy Bernard will really worry about this game next year when he's a coach at Florida.
Well, and we're going to see so much anytime they throw Caden Proctor, the lineman, in at he ran the Wildcat today,
and he caught a pass.
Yeah, he
didn't. It was a deflected pass.
I think.
No, he caught a deflection and went about 5 yards with it, which was awesome to see.
Ricky Rodriguez says, "Sup, guys?" And thank you, Ricky, for checking in. Give us your comments on the OU Texas game. What you thought was the decisive factor. I said it in the pregame, and I said it on John Moore's Texas College Football podcast, Jeremy. OU would come out and dominate defensively. I knew that as much as I know I would wake up this morning. And then the key to the game was getting scores early. You had to capitalize any chance you got the ball, just like they did in 2023, turnovers. And that's the thing about Ewers. He was always good for a turnover early. He was gonna cough it up. This defense, I mean, Lord bless them, they just don't force turnovers.
No, they don't. But hell, when Mateer turns the ball over, they're freaking great.
Yeah.
3 picks today. They didn't give up a single point.
I mean, our defense doesn't.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's just one of those things.
Texas will look back at the Lagway experience and think, what were we doing there? I mean, maybe an offensive line that was overwhelmed in the swamp.
Probably.
I don't know. It's bad days in OU territory, and I don't know because you really want to sit there and tell me that that Texas is going to have as much problem on the offensive line next season?
Probably not.
No.
And I'd like to say Oklahoma won't either, but I can't.
Yeah,
I can't say that.
Yeah.
I know they've got guys. I don't know why the hell they're not playing. I mean, could Ryan Foji not go out there and be terrible like those guys, but get experience?
I don't know.
We know what we've got outside of Fabechi Wewu and Fasusi. You don't really have a lot. You don't. I mean, you got Logan Howland at left guard, and
Ozeta was good. Ozeta started, didn't he?
Was it Ozeta? Okay, it was either Ozeta or Howland. One of the white dudes that anchored the left side of the offensive line was out today.
I mean, you think about the times that they've lined up Cody Ford, Zeus. I
know, and none of those guys weren't highly recruited people. They were,
Your Kansas City center, Humphrey
Creed, yeah, or when they took a guy that transferred in as a quarterback and they were so decimated along the offensive line, they moved him from tight end down to tackle, and the guy's one of the best in the NFL.
Yeah,
Lane.
I would say, like we said, as much as anything, and Ricky Rodriguez calls it terrible play calling. Defense just got wore out. They were wore out. They were out there all third quarter. Those long drives do take a lot out of you, Jeremy.
Yeah.
And it was hard for them to get off the field. And the thing about it is one thing that Arch Manning is pretty talented at is throwing on the run.
Yeah, he's got a little wiggle to him. He can get out there and
he can get out on the edge and look at and have some vision downfield. I just kind of knew going into it our secondary would not be up to the task of carrying a game and defending their skill players if our line wasn't just causing him all kinds.
And that's kind of always been the thing with Oklahoma.
Well, sure.
Not just with Venables, because Mike Stoops ran a very similar scheme.
Mm-hmm.
If a quarterback could break contain, guys were going to get open. It's like they weren't going to be latched on. Like if the quarterback moves and that guy tries to go somewhere else, you latch onto him and go with him. That's like day one stuff.
Yeah, and and that's why the mobile quarterbacks always gave Mike Stoops issues back in the 2000s.
Yeah,
it's the whole reason Colt McCoy had a winning record against OU.
James, oh my gosh, what was his name? He was the offensive line coach under Stoops. Because
you froze up, James. You're still buffering, and don't know if that's me. But Ricky Rodriguez, thanks for your comment, sir. And I just, it's a hard pill to swallow. You lose 23-6. You haven't scored a touchdown since the Nick Anderson game.
There he is.
All right, there you are. You're talking about the offensive line coach under Stoops.
Yeah, I was trying to think of his name. I know his first name was James, but yeah, he was there.
Would have been after Mangino's time, right?
It would have been after Mangino. He was there with like Big Trent. Man, let me effort it.
Yeah, go ahead with that. But I'll just say this: I was saying it's a hard pill to swallow, and I don't mean to sound prophetic, but I kind of knew the keys to victory, and it was get some scores early, execute, and get touchdowns. And when you don't get touchdowns, you're not going to beat many people.
You gotta win a couple phases of the game.
Sure.
You either got to run the ball, be perfect on special teams.
Why were they taking so many fair catches on the kickoff?
You're assured the ball at the 25, but if Satanya's back there, roll the dice, brother. Get after it.
I mean, something. I mean, take a chance. You need a big play. How many times have we seen in the Red River Shootout that a kickoff return has turned momentum?
Alex Ross, buddy.
Yeah, Jackson or Mason. Which Shipley was it?
Jordan Shipley.
Jordan Shipley. He won the 08 game for him. Michael Busso should have Mateer started. It's easy to say now, no. But I mean, I guess the offensive staff felt like going in that he would be able to perform well enough to navigate that defense and make plays well enough to win.
I think they felt good enough about their defense so that if they got anything out of their offense, they were going to win the football game, and they were almost right.
Well, then run Blaylock or run him. Don't. I mean, the thing about it is, Jeremy, and we see this all the time. And I used to criticize Leach a lot. But really, in hindsight, he was way more patient than his offspring as far as his coaching tree. He didn't always try to dial up the 16-point play. And he would pass those flat routes to a back and get 3-4 yards until you said it in the text thread. Sark decided, I'm just going to kill him with 1,000 cuts. I don't need to go. I don't need to try to go long. I don't need my quarterback sitting back there in the pocket for X amount of seconds, taking a chance of getting sacked. I'm just gonna have him roll out. I'm gonna hit what I can, and we're gonna at least say we're gonna try to run the ball.
Yeah, I mean, you have a better shot with a one-on-one matchup in space of being successful than throwing into 4 defenders.
Well, I mean, and then also they were running 2 high safeties almost the entire game because they knew that they didn't have to come help with run support.
Right.
And some of that's by omission and some's by commission,
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they had trouble running the ball. Yes, they didn't really try that much.
Nope.
I mean, like I said, you've got Wisner averaging what did I say earlier? 4 yards a carry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Well, and that was the thing that Sark was willing to do that Arbuckle was not willing to do.
Yeah.
You hand the ball to Blaylock, he rips off 13 yards. Guess where that ball's going on the very next play?
I'm going to.
Let's see if we can do it again.
Yeah,
we're going to keep doing this until you stop it. But no, and we're smart, and the forward pass is sexier, and
it's that spread offense concept. I won't say air raid because you'll correct me.
I remember a fall afternoon at Owen Field when OU, I can't remember who they were playing, but we were getting 6, 7, 8 yards of carry. And then Lincoln said, well, I'm going to get cute. I'm going to start chucking the ball every play. And I remember Stoops' headset ripped off, hands on hips, yelling at Riley, run the goddamn ball.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Well, I tell you, it's just one of those things where I'll look at this one and I'll just say, you could look back and say we really probably didn't have a chance, but I think you could also look back and say, man, we missed an opportunity with a team that should have been down. They were desperate. They were a desperate team coming in.
They had a chance and they pissed down their leg.
Yeah.
Just piss poor clock management.
Well,
don't know what to do with momentum. When you get momentum in the run game, you don't stop doing it.
No, and
keep going.
Even in the first half, they would get down. They had a couple of times they got down in the red zone, and it's 3rd and 4, and you're dropping back and you're setting back there. It's like, no, man, just force the issue. Because
do a little go roll out.
As much as I hate to give all the props to Texas and their hype before the season, their secondary we knew coming in was going to be good. I didn't understand how their defense would be ranked so high with replacing so many draft picks in the front 7.
Yeah,
but still, everybody knew they had players in the back end. I just, what Arbuckle just he puked down his leg. He was not ready for a rivalry of this stature, and neither was Mateer.
Yeah, it's like they were at a Pac-2 school last year, and
this ain't the Apple Cup, pal.
This ain't the Apple Cup, buddy.
No,
you're gonna have to bring your A game when you come to the Cotton Bowl,
and you got to nut up, and you got to say, okay, we're gonna force the issue. We're gonna at least make you respect the run, and and the thing that we hear all the time, and I get that the run was going to be hard pressed, but it was hard pressed for Texas, and they kept.
But they weren't doing anything. They were not doing any. Their offensive line was not getting any push. All they were doing was, hey, we're going to go right. I need everybody on the offensive line. Block the man to the left, and they just created enough area to run that little little sweep handoff where they just run along the line of scrimmage and turn it up.
You think Blaylock couldn't have done that?
Oh, I know he could have done it.
We want to thank Clinton Liquor for sponsoring our show. Marty Wandry is in Vegas, the owner of Clinton Liquor. He's posted pictures all day at the sports book while he, I don't know if he took Texas in that 3.5 that it became right before game time, but Marty Wandry is a great friend of the program, and Clinton Liquor Store, they're down there. I mean, I'm telling you, they are a stone's throw from I-40. So if you're coming in from the west or heading out west, stop in there at Marty's establishment, Clinton Liquor, 1018 South 10th Street, or go online and find some of the stuff that they carry. I'm sure there's some specialty things that you could find there from Clinton Liquor at clintonliquor.com. And so, Jeremy, it's just, it's another season of having to deal with those burnt orange peckerheads, lauding over us. And I played nice all week because I felt like we could win, but I didn't want to be that guy, and I didn't want fodder coming back at me, but really I hate them. I just hate them. I hate everything burnt orange. I hate their program. I hate all the money they have. I just despise every aspect.
I hate how they pissed away every penny of that up until year before last.
Yeah.
I miss those days desperately.
They were a total flux of a program. We used to, think about it. We called them the Mecca of
mediocrity.
Mecca of
moral victories.
Yeah. So Auburn's still leading 10-0 on the Plains. How about Kurt Cignetti and the Hoosiers?
Right.
I mean, they
I told you,
unlike
Cignetti's the best
SMU, they're
coach in
coming.
college football.
Say again.
Cignetti's the best coach in college football.
I would run him right up there. Now, Cristobal or Cristobal or whatever he is, he's got the he's got
Mario's got a ton of talent, but he's got nothing between his ears.
Man, did you see Michael Irvin screaming at the camera the other day about somebody calling him out that he couldn't
You
play?
can't do cocaine down here.
I mean, every time I see a clip of him, I just remember all the cokeheads I used to arrest. Kenny McGuire, so has the NIL finally showed that anybody that is pretty good can beat anybody. Sports betting is crazy. It's the day and time has changed, and Kenny brings up a good fact. I mean, the NIL, the way it has evolved in the last 3-4 years, it was perfect timing for the University of Texas to step into the SEC. If that transition happens back in 2015, I don't care if Sark is the coach. The way they were running things and the way you had to operate back then, they would not be going in and challenging LSU or Alabama or Georgia. This is perfect timing for them with the money flow.
I think what we need to hope for is that an NFL team offers Sark their head coaching job. He takes it, and they fall back into the abyss of Charlie Strong and Fred Akers and David McWilliams, and
see if Mac wants to come in for a intermittent year.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
I hear Belichick might be available.
But see, I mean, the thing about it is we know that going into it that in a tight game that Sark's not going to be the guy that
I know.
He'll tighten up.
That's what pisses you off so much about this. Like, just keep it close, and Sark will wet the bed. He has proven it time and time again. But you can't just be worse than he is with every opportunity that you get.
21-7 SC at in the third quarter, 10:45. Female ref there in the Coliseum, and I think the flag that they just threw, she threw it against Sharon Moore for something 5 years ago.
What's the matter? Nothing. I don't want to talk about it.
Where do you want to eat tonight? I don't care. So good question there, Kenny McGuire, and man, Kenny McGuire did me a new grip on one of my hybrids today. So yeah, nice, good grip, and ready to get out there and shank it.
Nice.
Busso says fans getting rowdy at the Georgia Auburn game. 10-3, Georgia is on the board, and there is some chicanery going on. San Jose State 28-14 over Wyoming, and then man, that A&M Florida game, I have to see what they seem to go to commercial every 3 minutes.
I think we are neglecting to discuss something big right now.
Okay, go ahead.
The Northwestern Wildcats defeated the Penn State Nittany Lions
at
College Park 22-21 for Penn State's third straight loss. Not only did they lose the football game, Drew Aller, I don't know what the injury is, but he's
out for the season, I heard.
He's out of eligibility. He's done.
Man, what a time to have Bo Pribula.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, we had a policy on the police department, or it was kind of unwritten policy that, if you screw up and get in trouble for something, or kind of get in some heat for something, don't freak out, because within a month or within a week or so, maybe days, somebody else will do something stupider than you did. Yeah, and you can just glide. If you're going to choke down your leg with a rivalry loss to a team that's unranked, but everybody knew that they're not as bad as that ranking. Man, having James Franklin pull a Franklin on you and them lose their quarterback for the season against Northwestern, it's a perfect weekend to kind of slide.
How do you lose at home to Northwestern?
Yeah. I mean, What's the buyout on James?
Do you buy? I guess he's 1-18 against top 5 Big Ten teams since he's been there.
Dang.
He's given all this money, all these resources. He's had top 5 NFL draft picks.
I can't hear the Hugh Freeze halftime interview, but he looks wired.
I think some Georgia fans were throwing stuff on the field.
In Auburn, that's brave.
Any chance there was a jumbo-sized bottle of French's mustard thrown on the field? Or is that just a Tennessee thing?
Sunbelt Billy trying to muster up the troops in College Station there in the third quarter, trailing 24-17. And then Michigan is about to receive the kickoff. And coming out of the halftime, Jeremy Lincoln with the quick score.
Oh, boy. Well, maybe
they were really touting Justice Haynes on some of the national programs and talking about what a big carrier of the ball he's been for Michigan. I don't know. I mean,
he had that one run against Oklahoma.
He's resurrected after the annihilation by Kendall Daniels, I guess. But
yeah.
Dan Narvis says Big Ten chaos abounding. Bubba, I feel so bad for you and your Spartans.
Hey, who knew that UCLA firing what's his name? Dang it, Deshaun Foster would make them the best team in the country, or at least the most entertaining. Like back. Nico Iamaleava was a capable quarterback today.
They're number one with a bullet. South Carolina trailing LSU 10-7 with 3 seconds left in the first half. They've got the ball at the South Carolina 45, so they may. Who knows what they'll try there. BYU up 14-7 on Arizona. That one says delayed. And then Arizona State and Utah will kick off at 9:15. So late night action tonight. Ohio State, they put away Illinois, but they sure didn't do the Indiana trick on them.
No, they did not. Illinois got a better team than what we saw when they played Indiana.
Sure. Or maybe Indiana's just really freaking good.
And, Boost, Pitt upset Florida State.
I think I took Pitt to cover in that. I liked them after the beatdown they put on, who was it, BC or something?
I had a terrible day. I actually took my time with my picks, and apparently my system is sit straight up in bed Thursday night, say, crap, I got to make my picks and just bang them out. My best weeks has been when I forgot.
Yeah. Let me see here, and we'll go over them real quick. But before we do that, let's get to some other comments. Dan Narvis says Big Ten buyout candidates, Franklin Fickle and Jonathan Smith. Wisconsin's bad.
They are bad.
Yeah, Wisconsin's not good.
I mean, they have given up 30 points to Wisconsin.
You think Cincinnati isn't enjoying seeing Fickle flounder in Madison?
Oh, I bet they are.
They beat
Clemson is taking care of business at BC.
Oh yeah, I think I had that one. SMU gets the 34-10 win over the Cardinal, and then like you said, it was UCLA 38-13 over Sparty. And then I hate to say the comparison, but I mean that construction they've got going on at Faurot Field, it looks like rebuilding Ground Zero or something like that in the background. It's bad.
Yeah,
you don't want to touch that, do you?
Nope.
Hey, I've really offended a lot of people this week.
That's okay.
I posted the on the Steve Sarkisian insults. I said Sarkisian wants to block the shots of the Special Olympians that get to play the varsity game.
Joe Paul was the best with the bad ending. They have to get back to linebacker U. They just got to get back to winning big football games.
Let's not get back to anything Joe Paul related. There's too much Sandusky up there in Happy Valley for me. But, just
you let that guy have an office in your facility, you are scum of the earth.
If you're a Barry Switzer fan, you love the fact that you
love to see it.
Joe Paul, I don't want to leave college football to the Barry Switzers of the world.
Yeah, okay.
You know,
I mean, Barry just like yeah. Barry just liked to party a little bit. Oh hell,
Barry liked everything to be consensual. So screw Joe Paul. Sorry, Dano, or Kenny McGuire. Michael Busso, Indiana versus Ohio State Big Ten championship, or is it too early? No, I don't see anybody else really stepping out to.
Unless Indiana has some fall off.
I would have said Oregon. I mean, but
yeah.
Indiana drives into Autzen and cleans house. Right?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
captivated by the 2-1 Brewers Cubs game.
While you're doing that, we want to thank one of our sponsors, A+ Roofing and Construction, rain or shine. They'll be there, locally owned and operated by Damon Schultz, a good friend of mine, good buddy, and a very honorable businessman. And let me tell you something: when you need a roof, you want somebody honorable and trustworthy, and that is my friend Damon Schultz. 580-772-7587. It's on the scroll there at the bottom, and he serves Western Oklahoma and the Oklahoma City metropolitan area. 27-24 at Faurot Field, Jeremy, and it was nip and tuck all game. But I mean, like we said, I mean, Pribula had a decent game, looks like, and then Ty Simpson did, but Bama just squeaks one out on the road, and if Kalen DeBoer is able to do that in the SEC, they can do things.
Yeah, they can. They've got a damn good football team. Missouri's got a good team. I mean, they're
salty.
I don't know what Conard was talking about when he said they're like the Lincoln Riley teams at Oklahoma. No, they play a little defense, and those offenses aren't nearly as explosive, but they've got a daggone good team.
Yeah. Booger McFarland on the desk there at halftime of the Auburn-Georgia game. So,
yeah, if I had the
quarterback can't grip the ball well, he's not going to throw the ball very accurately.
So you got to hit that hand repeatedly. If I have my television muted, I can't hear Booger.
It's muted right now. So going forward, Jeremy, as we mentioned, and we'll get to some OSU here in a minute. Oklahoma's got to bounce back and travel to Columbia next week, and South Carolina's in a dogfight in Death Valley right now against LSU. What do you do to correct? I mean, what can you do? Do you give Mateer? Do you alter the game plan? I would like to think you would figure out some way to get some amount of running game going. And we knew going into the season that a good portion of it was going to be Mateer.
Yeah, I know. South Carolina's defense is nowhere near as dynamic as Texas. That being said, I would love to see them turn around and hand the ball off to Six or, Robinson or, anybody with a pulse back there. Javonte Barnes. Where was he on that end around? Because that kid may not be the best running back in the world, but he will block you.
Or make somebody pay.
He will block you as if his life depended on it. And that's why he's stuck around. But, of course, he's not in the rotation because it's not splashy. So I don't know what you do. Honestly.
When did the Coliseum become United Airlines Field? Oh, there's a big break run. USC's skill position player is going to be a little too much for the Michigan D.
You're probably right.
They just broke off a 60-yard run there.
Dadgummit.
Yeah.
Freaking Michigan.
And I'm sorry, that's insult to injury for OU right now.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of your wins you're hanging your hat on, and USC's no world beaters this year.
No, they're not. If Auburn could hang on and
if they hang on and beat Georgia, that helps.
Of course, if Jackson Arnold threw 3 or 4 picks in the second half, you'd be like,
But that's the thing, Jeremy, is like I said, you're going to Columbia next week, and then the week after that you've got Ole Miss, and I don't know.
It doesn't get any easier from here.
It's a 3-week gauntlet, and the only home game is against a really good Ole Miss team who did struggle against Wazoo today.
Yeah.
Was that a 3-point win?
Yeah, 27-24 against Wazoo. I can't explain it. Next week's not Mississippi State, is it? Who do they have next? They probably have Georgia or somebody next week, and just
talking about Tejas.
No, I'm talking about Mississippi.
Oh, Good question. Let me take a look. See. K-State with the win over TCU. I think I had that one.
Freaking K-State, man.
41-28.
I don't even know what to think about Kansas State anymore.
Kudos to Woo Pig Sooie, man. They hung in Neyland.
Did Tennessee end up winning that game?
Yeah, 34-31. Let's see. Maryland loses at home against Nebraska, but I think I just needed them to cover 5 or 6, I think. Yeah.
Seion Suzuki.
Yeah, I just needed them to cover 6.5. So, what's the score on the Cubs game?
2-1 Brewers. Cubs have first and second one out with Suzuki, who's already homered at the plate.
Boy, what a terrible loss for the Tigers last night.
Yeah, that was rough.
So bad. Kenny McGuire says, as a State fan, all we get to watch is our Aiden Kelly. That would be the Thomas Terrier Aiden Kelly, and see a class guy still getting double teamed is good. I'm glad to see Aiden Kelly getting some snaps. Hey, kudos to the students at OSU or fans or whoever they were that headed up to the completely vacant section there at Boone Pickens Stadium and set up there, and every one of them took their shirts off. and Mike Golick Jr. was having a high old time with that. In fact, I think the phrase was a lot of skin hasn't seen the sun in that section. Yeah, Ole Miss wins 24-21 at home against Washington State. The Cougs fall to 3-3. Ole Miss 6-0, and they travel to Athens next week.
Okay.
So really, I mean, think about it. If Georgia falls on the road to Auburn, and then they've got Ole Miss coming into town next week, then for them it's Florida, Mississippi State, and then on November 15th, Texas comes into town. Texas would be on a complete steamroller by then.
Yeah, and my pragmatic mind says Texas will probably lose next week. And we'll be like, what the hell?
They're at Lexington to take on Kentucky, and then they go take on Levy and Starkville. I wouldn't put anything past Bulldogs right now. But then, they wrap up, and then, A&M goes to Austin, but we know that has been, historically back in Big 12 days. And that's not necessarily the
toughest
truly
venue to play in.
Exactly.
As a visiting team.
If they reel off the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins and got a chance to beat A&M and be in the SEC championship game, we could see something brewing.
Yeah, that'd be fun to see Marcel Reed just absolutely go off.
That would be nice.
Ricky Rodriguez has a comment.
I work out in Wheeler. Go ahead.
Work out in Wheeler, Texas, and the Highway Patrol said he stopped Mike Gundy. He was heading to Colorado and said he let him go with a warning because he looked stressed out. I don't know how you could be stressed out with $17 million in the bank account.
Yeah. So Wheeler, Texas, I know that's in the Panhandle, I believe, but man, Gundy, he could be on the move, but and that's something I was going to bring up. And real quick, let's kind of look over that OSU game because Houston really came in. I don't know where those receivers were last week against Tech. I guess, it was just a lot more pressure and a lot more
scholarship players on the field.
Defensive tenacity, but man, they all looked like Megatron today against OSU.
Yeah, OSU's got, how many guys have opted out of the season already?
Sure.
Get in the portal as soon as they can. It's a bad situation.
Final score 39-17. OSU came out fighting, and I know that fans were hoping for that. They score first, they get the 7-0 lead, and then unfortunately it was 24-10 at the half. But I don't know. It just the plays I saw, Jeremy, those Cougar receivers are just going up, and it's like they're going up against you and me. I mean, it's just really, really bad. Sam Jackson for the Pokes, 7 of 16 for 84 yards.
I'll have a Sam Jackson.
Even let Gavin Freeman try a pass. He was 0 for 1.
Oh, great.
They running the ball for the Pokes. It was oh dang it, my fat fingers. It was Rodney Fields, and he was 14 carries for 44 yards. He had a long of 9. It's just bad in Stillwater, and I feel bad for them. I hate to see them go into this new version of the Big 12 and be so bad. But I mean, Gundy kind of brought this on him, and when you start thinking about building a statue for the winningest coach in your program history, remember this. Now, remember what he left you with.
Well,
That's how I see it. I'm a little more vindictive.
You are a little vindictive.
So Oklahoma State, man, falls to 1-5, and they host Cincinnati next week, and the Bearcats are just vying for something in the Big 12 championship game. And I believe, if I'm correct, and I mentioned BYU was winning against Arizona, but I think Iowa State puked down their leg today too, Jeremy.
Oh my God. I'm going to have to pull up some
scores.
The Matt Campbell revenge
24-17 in Boulder, they lose.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So Campbell going to Campbell. USC turnover versus Michigan. Thanks, Michael Busso. And now Michigan might be moving the ball a little bit.
Well, that freshman quarterback needs to grow up in a hurry, because
I think Florida might have just got a turnover against Marcel Reed. So
yeah, they just intercepted in the end zone.
Okay.
Let's see. NCAA football.
I mean,
I'm sorry, when you said Sam Jackson, I automatically, my brain went to a Dave Chappelle sketch.
Which one?
Do you recall the one?
No.
When the business people are at lunch.
Samuel L. Jackson.
I'll have a Sam Jackson.
A shark.
Damn good, motherfucker. I always talk like this. Ain't you seen my movies?
And Bill Burr with hair in that.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Michigan would need to answer here pretty quick late in the third. And that might be Caleb Hicks or Justin Haynes coming out.
Iowa State was unranked after last week, right? Okay, they're at 24-17. Wow. So
what the Colton Vasek, former OU player, what was his big play I would remember at Oklahoma?
He never made it on campus. He committed to Oklahoma and asked if he could attend a UT game, which if you're committed to Oklahoma and you're still taking visits, you're not committed, and they pretty much just. But he has done nothing at Texas outside of that block in the back today.
Yeah.
And because his scholarship was freed up, Taylor Wine got it.
Okay. Well, he had a decent game.
Yeah. And he's a good football player. He's done a heck of a lot more than Vasek has at Texas.
Well, and, we were talking about on the text thread and on Twitter, the Bill Bedenbow situation. And, you mentioned recruits that are committed that he's brought in. And, it is a situation. I was kind of flippant with my response. I really wasn't going at you, but really it could come a time where you just have to say, hey, we want you here at OU. We're going to make a coaching change. What do you want to do?
Extra $50K sweeten the pot.
Something. I mean,
I don't know.
And therein lies the thing. And you've said this before, and I want to ask your opinion on it. We've said that this coaching staff is going to go heavy on the trenches.
Yes,
but you have to get some skill players too. I mean, Satania's a nice player. Is he a number one on any other top 10 team?
Probably not. He's not a number one at Oklahoma,
but he's the most productive.
Well, yeah, that's all relative. I mean, he's getting better looks.
He's had the bigger plays all season long.
When Mateer threw that interception, he was trying to force Takanik in the first quarter. Satania was wide open up the other seam.
He can get open. I'll give him that. Yeah. I mean, he is a threat, but I'm just saying he's a nice pickup. Apparently, maybe he's been practicing on catching the ball because we haven't had the dreaded Connor Carr vote of confidence lately on his catching of the ball. But I don't know.
He didn't make any mistakes in the return game today.
No, fair catch every time. So
well, yeah, he had a 12-yard punt return in the first quarter.
Yeah. So
set him up nice.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just I know it's instant reaction to say fire them all, and I mean we've got friends on Twitter, Jeremy, that are saying time for Venables to go. I'll reserve that. I mean, he's got some time left to prove himself, but just break it down here. What games do you see coming up on the OU schedule that you look at and say he needs to win that game? I mean, because really, will they be favored at South Carolina?
No. They might not be favored again the rest of the season.
Therein lies my thing. I maybe, depending on what Missouri does now that they actually have to leave Columbia next week, maybe they're favored at home against Mizzou. They won't be favored at Knoxville. They could be favored next week again. It depends on what happens with South Carolina tonight, and and they're in a dogfight in Death Valley.
Yeah, I haven't seen the score in a minute. It is 10-7 LSU. Garrett Nussmeier has not looked good.
Yeah,
and he's limping around. I think he's been hurt all year.
He didn't he get hurt in that first game against Clemson, or was it game 2?
They said, there were reports that he hurt his knee in the preseason.
Yeah,
but then there's talks of an oblique, possibly, that he dinged up against Clemson.
Am I wrong in saying that it looked like at times that Mateer was almost trying to shot put the ball downfield?
That's his throwing motion.
No, it's not what I saw.
It
looked like he was. Throwing his shoulders and his whole torso into it. I didn't see that against Michigan or Auburn.
I think he may be compensating with the rest of his body for having not having the confidence in his grip on the football.
Okay,
but I didn't really see him throw a lot of. When you see someone just throw a terrible ball.
Yeah.
It's fluttering, wounded duck. I didn't see that today, but it just didn't seem like he had the precision that he normally would have.
I've got 7 points in the college football pick'em right now, and Pitt did me well today. Fresno let me down last night. So did North Texas. Bama was a push, so they can go to hell. Houston and Ohio State and Maryland gave me what I needed. Matt Campbell screwed me. K-State. Man, Dan Mullen, 3-point win over Air Force. I had him at 6.5.
Yeah, I picked UNLV to win straight up, and they didn't cover.
Dan Lanning gave us the business. Wake Forest, they took care of me with the 39-14 win over the Beavers. OU couldn't cover the 1.5. Notre Dame with the 36-7 win over North Carolina State. Navy screwed me with a 1-point win over Temple, and Tennessee were 12.5-point favorites against Arkansas, and they did not cover that. Hawkeyes will take care of me on this one, and maybe even A&M. We'll see. They were 7.5-point favorites going in. Man, I need Clemson to get that one.
Clemson.
I need Michigan to make this one close.
34-10. It's a 2.5-point spread. I don't think they're going to make it that close.
I said close. I mean something. I didn't say win. All right, so I'll tell you this much: I'm very pleased with the fact that you're not, falling on your sword completely to defend Bill Bedenbaugh.
Well, I've had many conversations with Sean King at the health club down here about Bill Bedenbaugh, and and he's been off the train for a while. It took me a while to see the light.
Yeah,
I was like, that, and I just mentioned one day, I'm like, man, that Joe Moore award-winning line was almost 10 years ago.
It's been a while, hasn't it? I mean, if you think about it, 2017 was the Baker Mayfield year. Really, the last time I remember them being dominant. I mean, truly dominant throughout the season.
It was 2018.
That was
Kyler's season when they won to Joe Moore. Yeah,
Oh, okay. So
2018.
yeah, it's going on a long time, but and that's the thing about ever since Charlie Strong left with Vodka Tom and now Sarkeesian, who throughout the game looks like he would love a Moscow Mule if he could get one.
That's awful, man. Stop it.
I don't.
The guy's got a problem. Leave him alone.
Well, he's
By all accounts, he seems like a good dude.
How about the BYU
Texas.
footage of him, lighting up Kansas State back in the Liberty Bowl? Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, I hate it. Go get some Tito's tonight, Steve.
Wow.
Yeah, screw them. But anyway, so my point being is even in those years where we were truly the better team, I mean, this game we haven't had a blowout since what, 20?
You mean on the Oklahoma side?
2012, yeah. I mean, Texas has gotten back and competitive. I'll just say this. You can say what you want about Arch Manning. He did his best Case McCoy impersonation today.
That was what I brought up. I think I brought it up yesterday morning. That Case McCoy game just has all the earmarks of that Case McCoy game. They're going to find something that Oklahoma can't do, and they're just going to keep doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I just that it's a shame, and I was livid. I kind of died down some, but that's through the aid of some barley pop meds.
Yeah, I was pretty down, and then my lovely Latina wife, you know what that's like.
Why do you care?
They're losers. Like, damn it.
Oh yeah, my wife. 23 years we've been together, and this is every season. Like,
yeah,
it really is. I don't know, Jeremy. It's I tell you this much. I told my wife, I said, you are no longer bound to think that we have to stick around to watch anything they have the rest of the season. If you've got things you want to go do, or we need to make plans, we will, and I'll just catch up on a recap video or something, because I'm done.
Feels that way, man. Just
USC matriculating the ball down the field once again.
I just long for the days of Bob Stoops.
Well, Big Game Bob had one great year, and then the rest were all let down. So I don't know.
Well, I mean,
I long for the 2000 year.
I'll take consecutive 12-2s, and winning the conference.
Yeah,
I would take that.
Apparently, thought my thing was funny.
Ricky Rodriguez probably knows exactly what I'm talking about.
He's probably living it.
Look
too.
at that. Yeah.
So he's So anyways, but I'll just say this. I mean, it's so hard from here on out. You just got to taper your expectations and look at it and say, this is what we'll probably end up being. And it looked great for 5 games into the season, and then it all fell to shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I'll take the Made for Children off of our YouTube video when I post it.
Got another one next week, so there's always that
Beamer ball.
Beamer
ball. Lenora Sellers. If LSU can have him miss a game or two, that wouldn't be the worst thing, I guess. But
you need to catch the this week's SEC roll call.
Yeah,
and watch Matt Mitchell's expansion video. Matt Mitchell, the guy that does the roll call, the fat Southern guy who's just hilarious. Called the Big 12 the Big 12 orphanage.
Yeah. Do you think something looks wrong with Arch Manning? He don't look right to me.
He has 1,000-yard stare at all times.
Eyes are too sunk in or something.
Looks like he.
Yeah. He looked like a total asshole wearing a golden hat. I'll say that.
What was the guy's name that did the bell tower thing?
No, I'm not. I didn't know. Because I'll tell you off the air a joke.
When I've had my training in behavioral detection, I look at him and I'm like, I need to call the police.
I mean, he's the epitome of see something, say something.
He's got indicators.
Got red flags written all over him. He's celebrating tonight, and he thinks the pressure's off of him. But we've seen Texas quarterbacks stroll out of the Cotton Bowl winners before and fall flat on their face too.
Well, let's hope that the other Stoops brother has something in his something for him next week.
I hate you. I don't even know your name, and I hate your gut. Some Michael Busso says some people are saying Arch should transfer out. I mean, life's pretty salty on the 40 acres. I mean,
where could you go where you'd have a better situation than you have at Texas?
It's the land of milk and honey down there.
I mean, all he has to do is produce. I mean, just play football. And he's showed today that he can do that adequately.
Yeah.
You know, the little stuff is great to start, but then you can start getting into the big stuff. You know, first you win little, then you win big.
Here's the thing, Jeremy, and I will, you know, I'm obviously sobering up a little bit, but you know, I mean, football.
Did you blow into the you're not in the slot anymore?
Driving through y'all. You know,
for a little drinky.
The thing about football is it is truly the ultimate team sport, because each play is designed for 11 people to have a job, and if all 11 people succeed at their job, the play is successful. If 1, 2, 3, or 4 are not, then you have issues.
Mm-hmm.
Giving Arch Manning the credit for this win is like giving me credit for their win.
Good job, Chuck, because I know in your heart you picked him.
No, I didn't. Remember yesterday I said,
yeah, you just said that because I was
OU.
picking on you.
I did. But they're our back. I'll say that. I know Corey Hogan. God,
at least it's year 3, so they're only back, and then they won't be anymore.
So what I'm getting at is, you know, I'll probably look back and other than the throws into quadruple coverage, give Mateer a little bit more of a pass on this game, because, like I said, you have to run the ball, and that running the ball is dependent on a lot of things. One is your offensive coordinator. One is your offensive. 2 is your offensive line, your receivers, and your quarterback, and then the running back. So,
and your head coach got to whip off that headset, throw his hands on his hips, and say, "Run the damn ball."
Yeah. So Arbuckle got his first taste of really, you know, just crazy atmosphere, crazy rivalry, and he wasn't ready for the task. Neither was Mateer. You know, and then defensively, I know they got tired, but man, you've got to get more than one sack against an offensive line that just gave up the ghost last week against Florida.
I think they had more than one sack.
I only see.
I think Wayne had one, and
only one player credited with a sack. Now tackles for loss. I'll see what it says.
They had a ton of tackles for loss.
Sure, and you know that's probably why Weisner doesn't have 150 yards instead of 90 some. But no, I mean, and so you it's just me venting to blame Mateer completely or to blame Arbuckle, but I mean, they've got to do some soul searching after that on the offensive side, because obviously in a big rivalry game, you cannot depend on a defense, although Texas did, to basically in essence pitch a shutout.
Well, yes and no. They made plays when they needed to make plays.
Mm-hmm.
They had a couple of really long drives that resulted in 10 points. They took the air out of the ball in the third quarter. OU had the ball for a 3-and-out and never saw it again in that quarter.
Yeah.
And
what happened on the coverage on that damn red zone play?
I don't have any idea. They fixed it the next time they were down there.
Back there looking.
I know. I believe I screamed a loud expletive, and how the hell was he that wide open?
I mean, obviously it was confusion in the coverage, but my gosh, there's
We're
2
6 games
receivers
in.
there.
You know, for years the bugaboo with the Venables defenses, there was a Grand Canyon size opening right behind the linebackers.
Oh, and Sarkisian usually used to exploit that with his tight end.
Yeah, but if you don't have that guy, you can't really do that. Time, it just seems like everyone was within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage and nobody got back to cover the end line.
Yeah. Looking on the quarterback. No, let's see. Let me look at the team matchups. Sacks. 1 sack for Oklahoma.
Okay.
5.
So Wayne had
5 sacks for Texas.
Yeah, 3 of them were right there at the end when they were trying to push it down the field. with
3-man rush.
Yeah, with the 3-man rush.
Right.
Well, I mean, Oklahoma's only got 2 offensive linemen, so 3 can get there.
Well,
I remember they had to tackle for loss for 2 Oklahoma players blocked each other. That was pretty awesome. They should extend Biedenbach.
I don't know. Hey, All-American Emergency Vehicle Upfitters and my friend Kenny McGuire is in charge of that operation. And if you have any sort of involvement with public safety and you need equipment upfitted and outfitted, I guess you could say, for public safety, whether it be fire, and I'm guessing they could do police also. But if you're involved with a volunteer fire department, whatever the case might be, All-American Emergency Vehicle Upfitters is the place to go to. Give them a call on Kenny's number and 580-661-2380. You can also find them on Facebook, and we'll tag them on this post later on. Jeremy,
I've got a late 90s bulldozer I need some steel plates welded onto so I can go take the football complex. I'll go kill Dozer Gorman.
I wonder if Kenny McGuire could make us a zombie mobile unit, like kind of like
Mad Max car.
10-3, Georgia with the ball, and they are in Auburn territory. But the Auburn defense, and that's where I think we had a little bit of false confidence, Jeremy, was we thought we were able to operate against that Auburn front seven, but that back end for Texas, like I said, they were just up to the task.
They were. And yeah, I think you cut your playbook in half because you didn't have confidence pushing the ball down the field.
I would have loved to seen Muhammad be doubtful for today. Just saying.
I know
2 interceptions. So
yeah, I know that'd been nice. I mean, one of them was gift wrapped to him. Just go stand in the end zone and go throw a Hail Mary. Sure, only got to send one guy to that area.
Yeah,
who's never going to see the ball.
Purdue is leading Minnesota. Let's see if any of the late games have started before we get out of here. No, Arizona State and Utah. I wonder what the delay was. It would have had to have been weather, I guess, but they're back in action, and BYU leads Arizona 14-7 with 11:50 left to go in the second quarter. I will probably turn on the tail end of this Auburn game, but A&M just scored again as they go up 30-17, the point after to come. Florida, I mean, that's going to be their banner win for Billy this season, right, against Texas?
I think so. I mean, nobody coaches better on the hot seat than Sunbelt Billy, but I don't. He's not going to survive this one.
Helps to have him in the swamp, I guess.
It does.
But Michigan could probably get railroaded pretty easily here by USC. They just don't seem to have the horses to stop them or to slow the game down and do that.
Bryce Underwood? I'm pulling up that box score. I want to see Bryce Underwood's numbers. Let's see.
I've got it
here. 13 of 20, 122 yards, touchdown, and a pick. They got 119 yards rushing.
Yeah, it's just let's take a look at that USC box score.
Jaden Mayaba's got 230 yards, and they've run for 186.
He has thrown one pick. And I mean, Jeremy, it's King Miller there for Lincoln. And you said this before, 15 carries, 154 yards, and a long of 49 and 1 touchdown. Lincoln's not your traditional. I mean, when he's got it back, he will run the ball.
No, and I was about to say this. You think Bill Biedenbow could dust off the GT counter and say, hey, guys, we used to do this a couple years ago, pretty effective. Our offensive lines weren't great, but we were able to run the football with it.
I mean, because that's the thing. No matter what your offensive line's, skill level is, in air quotes, there are schemes that you can put together where you can get something in the run game. It happens on every level, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I just don't think there's any creativity there with the run game. They keep trying to run zone blocking schemes with guys that aren't adequate running a zone blocking scheme.
Well, we're up to 16 viewers now. I hate to cut it off while more people are jumping in, but we're starting to run out of gas here. Sharon Moore, honestly, Jeremy looks like he could be a little bit over his skis here on the road.
Yeah. How much longer has he got?
Oh, he's good for at least one more season, right?
Yeah, he fell on that sword for Harbaugh, I guess so.
Oh yeah, I mean he's,
Yeah,
got
Georgia's
Oklahoma
tying it
ties.
up right now. He's got Oklahoma ties. Bring him here. No.
Yep,
Well, offensive line coach, yes.
exactly. 10-10 on the Plains. Georgia fires back in, and USC's pumped up. They've got the walk-ons jumping up and down.
Oh boy.
A&M, yeah. So, like I said, right now, I would have to throw Miami in at number 1, Ohio State 2, and then probably Indiana 3.
Yeah, I mean, I would go as high as 3 with Indiana. I mean, they're
I
a
got no
damn good
problem
football
putting
team.
Bama in the top 5, but I mean,
Bama, if Georgia can get their stuff together and pull this out, should be somewhere up there.
Yeah. Well, it's just as a matter of fact, while we're talking about it, let me pull up the last week's poll. And how far do you think Oklahoma falls after the loss?
They'll be 17th.
Set back to 17.
Mm-hmm. They'll probably or 19th. Where did they start? 19th, probably around there.
I thought it was 17, but yeah.
Well, hell, if they were Texas, they'd get a couple of losses to.
So forgot about Ole Miss, but Oregon will drop to the bottom half of the top 10, I would think. But really, their win at Penn State looks really not that great now.
No, it doesn't. Penn State has fallen apart, and now Penn State's going to be without Drew Aller for the rest of the season. So it's going to be Franklin's going to have him a tough one the rest of the year.
Hey, it's Franklin.
Hey, it's Franklin.
Come in.
Oh, Michigan just scored.
Nice.
24-14.
Right, Underwood, baby.
Come on, Michigan.
Come on. Hail the victors. Not much time left in the fourth, Jeremy. Just saying. Hate to be the gloom and doom guy. I'm getting my ass handed to me by Cash in the fantasy league. He's up 21-7 on me. But I only had one player on Thursday night's game, and that was Saquon, and he sucked.
Yeah, I just lost Kyler. Kyler Murray's not starting this week, so I'm
What's up with him?
Foot.
Foot in the mouth.
I wonder who's out there. There's nobody out there. We got too many teams in this league.
Dan Narva. Oh man, I just made our super fan mad, Jeremy.
What's that?
Being held
he
to
didn't mean it
with his party. Yeah, it's Dan. It's also the Weatherford Eagle fight song. So I'm sorry. Texas Tech running over KU. Man, Tech's good. I mean, if they don't win the Big 12, and I mean it's because they did it to themselves, right?
Yep. Yeah. Well, I mean, who are they going to play though? Everyone else is just kind of blah.
Cincinnati.
There you go.
Cincinnati, Ohio. Oh, what if I sing that song, that old country song by Connie Smith, if we'll get tagged by Facebook?
Nah, just do the WKRP song.
All right.
My gosh.
Well, it's a long night, a long day, and it sucked to be an OU fan, and all those burnt orange peckerheads are down there celebrating in Austin, and it is what it is. But
yeah, go have fun with your green-haired spouses and shut.
Hey, you know who was celebrating after the punt return?
Who's that?
Pole assassin. Daddy got a raise on that one.
I bet he did.
The monkey gets an upgrade in the cage.
Gia the monkey.
Hey, speaking of, Halloween's just around the corner. That little bastard could be biting.
Yeah, that's right.
Bunch of losers. I hate them. All right, we're going to get out of here. He's Jeremy Schroeder. I'm Chuck Ramsey, the Law Dog. This has been the college football recap powered by Law Dog Sports, and we have a lot of fun doing it with you. Thank you so much for all of those that tuned in and all of those that commented. We're here with you about every Saturday. We'll finish out the season strong, Jeremy, because OU will be they'll have a bye coming up, but still we'll pressure through on that one.
Yeah.
But it's always fun to come in here on a Saturday night and bitch and complain and talk about our team.
Yep.
I mean, life goes on, right?
It does.
Tell me,
unfortunately, I wish I could wake up tomorrow morning and see two suns, and one of them being a nuclear blast. But see, I knew the world was going to end.
Have you seen those clips from that movie Chernobyl online?
I probably swiped past them.
If that's anywhere near the truth, I'm pretty worried. Dan Narva says, yeah, we need to talk about Weatherford's song choice. It was there long before me, Dano. Then he also says, salute. Good night from Grandma Narva's. So thank you, Dan, for joining in. Thank you, Michael Busso, Kenny McGuire, Ricky Rodriguez, and also several others. Well, who did we have else besides that? Connor Carr was there for a minute, and then John Arnold as well. Thank you, all you guys. Kyle Albert as well. So thanks, everybody, for jumping in and on the comment. And you can comment, too, if you're sitting back watching and you want to jump in and give us your take. We are always welcoming here on the program. We will be back next Friday for the Weekend Big Show, and we'll prep for the OU trip to Columbia, South Carolina to take on the Gamecocks. And first, that's going to be one of the first times they've ever gone to Columbia.
I don't recall them ever playing in Columbia.
Yeah, not in my lifetime I ever remember it. So anyways, we'll be there with you on Friday for the Weekend Big Show. 9 a.m. will be the time, so be sure and tune in. Also, follow us on our social media, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel as well and share it to get your friends to subscribe as well. Be safe out there. Don't text and drive, and sure don't drink and drive, and we'll talk to you real soon.